Today, we're going to stumble through... Oh, God. Hold on.
Today we're going to stumble through Powder Jones and Panda Party and Lager Joe and a couple other beers before we finally decide on our feature presentation. Let's go.
All right, that's good.
Welcome back. We got some feedback and we think you're right. And as any married person knows, if you can't adapt, you'll end up living in the garage.
Thanks for listening to our first 2 episodes. Going forward, you're going to notice a change in our format. Kind of like switching from an all-you-can-eat buffet bi-weekly to going out for appetizers every week.
That sounds way better.
Yes.
So today you're going to be listening to the first part of episode 3.
Ooh.
We'll catch up on last week. We'll run through the Fast 5 and get our feature film set up. And then next week, you'll hear the feature film get created.
That's right, guys. You've got Beer Me That Movie every week.
Actually, that does sound a lot better. And that makes it even more important that you hit that subscribe button. This way, you'll get to hear about the conclusion of our feature presentation every week. And always, much like an Amish handshake, your feedback really helps us grease the wheels here.
Yeah.
And we look forward to it. Hit us up on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, or if you graduated before the year 2000, you can email us at beermethatmovie@gmail.com. Now, back to the show.
So, last week, let's do a quick recap, John. Last week, we did our first thriller. It was just episode 2, but I think we did a pretty good job. Took some new takes on some old school ideas. Yeah, I had fun.
I found it to be a little bit more difficult than
Yes.
our first one. I think you were right when you said the shadow of the banana whale. I hope that she doesn't haunt us forever.
Banana whale. She will. But, yeah, that was fun. I had fun. It was challenging. It was cool to try to make a bunch of puzzles with you live and then also have an idea for the end right in the middle and keep it under wraps and then try to make it fit,
Lord
make
P.
it work. And it happened. Lord P. He's out there, everybody.
I didn't know who he was
Looking for
until you took me to the
someone.
finish line.
Right, he was kicked out of Run DMC early on and started his own thing. No, he was not. If you can go back to last episode and learn all about Lord P and his 3 future friends that will rain all kinds of terror upon us if they ever get together.
True,
But
I guess technically we created a, what's a trilogy plus one?
a quadrilogy?
A quandary?
Yeah, something like that. A quadtuplets? I don't know.
Yeah, foursome.
That's it.
That's why they only do trilogies. They don't know what to call the 4-part.
Right. They can't.
We'll do a second
can't.
trilogy.
We'll do 3 more movies before we do just 1 more movie. Okay, sounds good to me. If you're writing it, that sounds great. If you're directing it, lots of work for you. So, what were some thoughts? Was horror harder than comedy, John?
Oh, I definitely am going to say... Well, I don't want to say horror's harder than comedy, but I'm going to say it. It was. Comedy just felt easier. Of course, we haven't done a full-fledged comedy, but
Right.
I think the horror, especially because we started on kind of almost like a Shyamalan-y puzzly thing.
Yeah, we did.
It was difficult to make some of those puzzles up on the spot.
But we did it. Pretty much.
So with horror, it felt like something we were both familiar with. Is there a movie that really got you into that genre or sticks with you?
So many. I used to hate them, but since I've got married, my wife loves them, so now I also love them.
Yeah, yes,
That's how
you do.
it works for both things, but truly do. So the one that really messed me up as a kid, though, which people at home will probably laugh, maybe, or maybe you'll be like, yes, exactly. So 2, as a child, this is not supposed to be a horror movie, but E.T. absolutely ruined my life. This friendly alien, him with his heart beating in the dark woods, screaming through it. That was nightmare fuel for me for probably about 10 years. So that unintentional horror movie, where everyone else fell in love with him, I saw through his baloney. He was here to...
Who likes Reese's Pieces, really?
Right,
like,
exactly right.
Yeah.
That was the biggest red flag. What garbage candy. But more traditional horror, What Lies Beneath, I saw that in theaters whenever it came out. And I remember like curling up in such a ball to like hide my hands in my face that I had like back spasms as like a 14-year-old or whatever. So that movie literally left a physical imprint on my body. What about you, John? Any horror thriller thing stand out as it's ruining your life like E.T. did to me?
Yeah. Like it's similar to your E.T. experience. Mine was Halloween 2.
Oh, okay.
Which was intentionally scary, I
Yes.
think. But and I remember watching. I was younger. We were having like a sleepover with I think my cousin was there, some friends, and we were kind of joking. And then I remember my cousin saying like, "Yeah, he could be right behind that window," and I was like sitting right next to a window. That was a scary one. I was like scared of Michael Myers in school the next day.
Yeah.
And that's when a scary movie is real, when it follows you to like a safe place in the light.
Exactly.
And I think probably one of them that I would give credit for being like an under-recognized great horror movie would be The Descent.
Oh, great movie.
Terrifying
movie, amazing movie. We watch it every year in
great
our house.
Great fit. Such a magical ending too.
Yes.
If you haven't seen The Descent, it holds up to today, whatever day it is you're watching.
Yes, hopefully. And hopefully, yeah. Well, I want to ruin the movie, but yeah. Happy everyone is where they are in the world, and they don't, what stays underground stays underground. Any thoughts about our movie, about Fourth Dose? Any post-creation, post-filming, if you will? Any thoughts? Think we did anything... I don't know. Would you do something different? Any notes or ideas you had afterwards you would splice in there?
Well, I think in order, like when we finished Banana Whale, I felt like this was ready for the theater.
Yeah.
And when we finished The Fourth Dose, I felt like we needed to go back and kind of comb through. Mm-hmm. The one thing I really wished for were like inserts of people's sort of origin stories, like show me Sweet Grandma Doyle doing something really envious that would have like touched on some of those faults that the people had. That would have really helped the story along, I think.
I agree. I think playing up more of their virtues and more of their sins would have been, if it was a movie, you'd have to do that. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for her to be envious in the first scene and then she's a nice grandma the rest of the movie or whatever. Right? It's like that's would drive me crazy. But I don't know. I'm kind of biased, I guess. We both are, 'cause we made the movie, but I kind of liked where it went. I did have a thought that I like dismissed of like, let's have the end guy be the devil, but I feel like everyone is the devil. Every horror movie, it's like the devil's your baby, the devil's that nun. Like, let's just have this be another equally scary creature from the darkness, and we picked one of the four horsemen. So I thought that, I don't know, I'm happy with that. And we didn't just fall on like, yep, it's the devil.
Yeah, I want to say I really appreciated that. Of all the, I mean, I love the horror genre, and there's not many films in there that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And I can also say that there's not many that really touch on that, like Horseman of the Apocalypse trope. And I feel like that would be a hit, whether it was our movie that did it or like that we'll say like the soldiers of the devil or whatever. Like you don't just start with Thanos, right? You work up to him. Right. So show me somebody even more creepy.
Right.
I liked that idea.
Good.
Hopefully we do another. We got 48 more. Hopefully we see a touching on the Horseman of the Apocalypse, maybe in a comedy genre.
Ooh.
Or romantic. No.
The romance. Hey, everyone needs love, right? It's probably tough being one of the four horsemen and trying to date. That movie would be hilarious. I would love to see that movie. Just brings her flowers and they die.
Yes.
Yep.
See if we can get Ron Jeremy to play one of the horsemen. We'll have John Waters film it.
That'll be real weird, but probably sell some tickets. I'm all for it. Who knows? We got time. We got episodes in front of us, but that was fun. It was cool to jump in there and try to build those mazes live, and yeah. But now we get to kick around and find today's movie with the one and only
Drunk People Twitter.
That's right. It's time for The Fast Five.
I live my life
One movie.
all the time.
As Harrison reaches,
Ish. We're good.
reach for the trackpad.
Fast Five ish. Fast Five.
So the Fast Five, this is where we scroll through Untappd. We look at all of your check-ins, really, if you're listening or watching. Add us as a friend on Untappd. Beer me that movie. Check into your beers. Drink them, you know.
Speaking of beers, as always, John and I are enjoying a beer. We have our, this time from Lagunitas, daytime in the nighttime. Cheers!
Okay, I'm going to give us a good
Yeah, let's
standard shuffle
spin
into
it.
the
See
etherverse.
if it loads fast enough to do that.
And
Ooh.
okay, so we're starting out.
Okay.
Thank you, Jacqueline, checking in from Treehouse Brewing Company.
Treehouse. Hell, it's lager, too.
Really interesting. Free to roam.
Free to roam. Oh, man. Roam, R-O-A-M. Free to roam.
Good
Not like the
clarifier.
city, but now the pun wheels are turning. Free to roam. What's coming to you first, John?
I want to say it's like a trial of overcoming, like maybe the opposite of a foster kid. Like you're like kind of Harry Pottered up in a closet. You got some oppression in your life, and then you finally rumspringa, and you're free to
out.
roam.
Free
Could
to
be
do
a movie
what?
about divorce. Could be like a.
Oh, that's funny. A movie about divorce. I was thinking, so I had a couple completely divergent
Love it.
thoughts. No, but thinking about the divorce one, like this could be like, oh boy, kind of like The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey, but it's like a recently divorced, like, cell phone salesman, free to roam. And he's just using,
nice.
he's trying to, I don't know, date and use free phone service to entice women to date him. That's not a movie.
Takes place in the like late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it has to. When roaming was a thing, exactly.
If you don't
right.
remember that, you're probably not old enough to watch this.
Yeah. The other idea I had was just kind of like a sheep wandering around, and it's like a children's movie, and the sheep learns about life as it goes from pasture to pasture, and he has
that's
a family
actually-
of
that's-
ducks that
okay.
are friends, and
Honestly, like it makes me think of Homeward Bound.
exactly.
But, like life lessons taught through the eyes of a
Of
roaming
Of
sheep.
a roaming sheep.
Wow.
There could be a lot there. That's a broad. A lot of room to roam in that movie.
I like that
title.
as like it would be an animated film in today's culture,
could.
but I think if you did it with a real sheep, you'd
It'd
get
be
credit
hilarious.
from someone,
Be
not the wildlife.
We'd be
that-
better
not
than
the animal
Babe. Yeah,
people.
they'd hate us. PETA would, cover my house in blood. But it'd be fun. People would like the sheep. We'd sell a lot of stuffed sheep. Probably a good
Oh
investment.
yeah,
for all us
and
Disney.
honestly, I like those. I'm past the halfway point of my life, so I've started to
Coming back
appreciate
around, right.
feel good movies
As
that
you
make me feel
should.
better, and horror movies. Okay, Free to Roam, not terrible.
Yep, there's a lot
Let's
there.
see what's next up from Giuliano.
Giuliano.
Corporate Ladder
Ooh,
Brewing.
Good brewery. Great brewery.
Going Long.
Going long. Oh, boy.
Uh,
Going long.
Going Long.
Going long. Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of cheating. There's a picture of a guy on the can swinging his golf club, going long, hitting the.
Is that in step to like Happy Gilmore?
Exactly what I thought of was some kind of. It could be this easy one. It's the second Happy Gilmore movie where he's
wow.
we need one of those. Come on, Sandler, stop making serious stuff. Let's give us a second Happy Gilmore that's called Going Long, where. Gosh, what happens? He's taken up running. He needs to run a long-distance race to save. What's his name? The guy Carl Weathers plays. He needs.
The guy got his hand bit off?
Yeah, I was gonna say he needs hand reconstructive surgery, or he's gonna die. And he decides to run across the United States to raise money for his hand. Going long. Happy Gilmore returns.
I mean, Happy Gilmore returns in any fashion is gonna crush. I went and I saw the golfer on there. Going Long for me was like a space film,
Oh,
right?
love
So
that.
it's I wanted to start out in like
Going long.
today's outer space where we've got a space station
Yep,
and
yep.
we send rovers farther than the moon, but not many people.
That's right.
And then in this
we know.
case, It's like a volunteer. It's not like the Asteroid movie with Bruce Willis.
Right.
And it's not like that. It's like a volunteer, and he's gonna shotgun around the moon, and he's gonna try and get to what's the next planet away from us?
Mars?
There you go.
That's it.
But his trajectory's off, and something goes wrong, and he's gonna end up like shooting out into space. And then the
Right,
movie
going
is like
on.
kind of him coming to grips with the fact that not only will he fail in his mission, but he's just going to keep getting farther away from everyone he knows.
Wow. I like that.
Not a feel good,
No,
but somehow
definitely not.
we'll work it in.
Or maybe not. Maybe he just dies alone, and and he's recovered 10,000 years from now. His recordings are by some AI, and they play it all back.
Ooh, that'd
to
be
learn
cool.
about
Yeah, like
people.
the finally the voice makes it back or something.
Ooh, this is the voice, right? Maybe they just find his ship, and like Earth has been completely obliterated by some asteroid shower or something. So they're searching the cosmos to learn about, well, who were these humans that once inhabited this planet? And they find his ship floating there, and so he thought he had amounted to nothing, but accidentally was basically human history, or wrapped up in his little
Yeah, because he
little
took
spaceship.
he took like a bunch of USB
Sure.
drives full of like
Yep.
books and stuff like that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, exactly.
That's
there you
not
go.
terrible.
Yeah. We can
All
make
right.
it happy, or he can just keep floating and then eventually explode or implode.
Usually, so two decent ones so far.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes
I
up,
was gonna
but so
say.
far things are looking okay. Oh, Brian and Cindy checked in from Big Timber Brewing. Lager Joe.
Lager Joe.
Lager Joe.
Lager Joe. This is Paul Bunyan's brother, Lager Joe, and his large red dog instead of a blue ox. And they're just logging. They're logging all day long. It's a tall tale. It's great. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves Lager Joe. Or is Lager Joe, so we've got Paul Bunyan, successful, yada yada, splitting the rail or whatever he's doing. Maybe Lager Joe, a little resentful. Hey, I'm big
Yep.
too. I cut down a lot of trees.
He's
Why does
like
everyone
Danny
care
DeVito
about-"
from Twins.
Right, exactly right. A tiny man, but a huge axe. Just kind of fighting for his own spotlight and never really gets it. His story is lost to time, but someone discovers it.
Oh, you're Paul Bunyan's brother. No, I'm Lager
No,
Joe.
My name's Lager Joe. He's my brother. Yeah, right, man. That's Paul Bunyan you're talking about. Yeah, just completely literally and figuratively overshadowed by his larger brother his entire life. Babe the little ox tries to step on him every chance she gets. And it's just him and his large red dog chopping down trees trying to make a difference.
Maybe at the end he has to like give his heart to Paul Bunyan to keep him alive, and that his heart is like abnormally large.
Right, he has a horrible degenerative.
It's killing him, but it would save his brother, and he's like, God.
He's got to cut out himself with his huge axe. Yep. Yeah. Love that. Lager Joe. What a hero.
That was not too
Right.
bad. That was not too bad.
There's
Okay.
something there.
Oh, here these are good job. Okay, tonight with Chad L checking in from Black Flag Brewing.
Nice.
Great brewery. Blarney Stoned.
Blarney
Blarney
Stoned.
Stoned.
I mean, this kind of writes itself. This has got to be like some kind of Irish bar meets a Dazed and Confused type stoner comedy.
Ooh.
This is just a bunch of... This is one of those kind of movies about nothing that a lot of people love, like The Big
American Pie,
Lebowski or-
sort of.
Sure, yeah.
Big-
Where it's just people hanging out, sharing stories, high and drunk in some Irish bar. Maybe it's like a... What do they call those things? Anthology. It's just a bunch of different people at a bar one night sharing some drugs and some
Oh, I
booze.
like that. It could be like a bunch of kind of short films
Sure.
set into almost like what is it, 3 Rooms?
Yep, or Crash, or there's a couple
Yep.
out there where they all... But then maybe they have... Without... Unbeknownst to you as the viewer, there's some common thread or theme that goes through them all, that they discover that someone's lost son-in-law or some crap that's in the bar that told a story of... In his story, there was a guy that was in another story.
They're
I
all
don't know.
cousins.
Sure, and then
at the
and
end
maybe
of
they
the
all
film.
they were like, maybe they all actually knew that at the start, but they were so high they forgot they knew each other until they started telling stories, and they were like, "Oh, you're my
My aunt is your mom.
exactly right. That's yeah, of course. Yeah, we had Christmas.
We
last
came
week
here together. Yeah.
That could be
Snoop Dogg rolls in for a brief moment.
just a cameo because he can. Here you go, Blarney Stoned.
Blarney Stoned.
Blarney Stoned.
Up next.
Okay, we could.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bob P gives us from Russian River Brewing a classic Blind Pig IPA.
my
I
favorites.
propose this would work in this setting if we just called it Blind Pig.
Yes, agreed. Blind Pig.
And we're in a lot of animal movies tonight.
We are interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until you said that. Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Nope. Okay. Blind Pig, not an animal movie.
Okay.
It's about a police officer.
That's what I was going to say. That's right. Who's obviously blind.
Yeah, and I don't know where it goes from there. He's a terrible police officer.
Right. This could be kind of like a Mr. Bean-like movie where it's over-the-top hilarious. You have a blind human police officer, and then his seeing-eyed dog pretends to be a drug-sniffing dog, and like also
Is seeing eye pig? Okay, it can be a dog.
or it could be a pig, but
Pigs are smart.
right, they're really smart, but the relationship is this pig or dog is basically trying to cover for the cops so that no one knows he's blind. So he's trying to not, because he won't be a police officer anymore if they find out that he's actually clinically blind. So his animal, pig, let's say pig, is driving his car for him, oink, when he's in the shooting range, oinking twice to aim farther to the right, once to the left.
He like nudges on him and stuff. Like,
Right. And no one has any idea. This is an over-the-top, naked gun-like comedy.
Larry's hitting targets in the other lane. Look how good he is.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, man. So, love that. Silly, goofy, over-the-top Police Academy type movie called Blind Pig.
They said it couldn't be done.
Right at the end, where they save the bank robber from whatever. They do some, it ends with him saving the day.
Like it saves like the commissioner's daughter.
Perfect.
Yep. Like way over the top. Keeps his job, gets accommodation.
Right.
They give him a desk job just doing paperwork, and he's like, no. I want to stay in the field.
Right. We need him in the field. Yeah. He's our best cop.
His writing is horrible.
That's fine. Exactly. Larry, do this paperwork for him. Right. Right. Larry is like the ideal, perfect police officer, constantly getting shit on by the commissioner and having to do the blind police officer's dirty work. And he's trying to make it himself. Yep, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun movie to make. Gosh, who would be?
Do you have your seatbelt on?
Right.
I
Seatbelt.
can't-
Are we in a car right now?
I can't tell.
Yeah, we're in a car. You know that. Wow, this
License
guy's
registration?
crazy.
I trust you.
Right.
Sounded like you got something pretty quick. Let's move
Right.
on.
You seem to be in a hurry. Exactly. Oh my gosh, amazing.
All right, doing good tonight.
I like Blind Pig. I want to see that movie.
Kelly O checks in from the brewery Black Tuesday.
Ooh, a great beer.
Great beer. Pretty like you could. This feels like a layup. Like you could really go a lot of places with Black Tuesday.
Yes, you could.
Not that any of them
Where
come to
would
mind.
we start?
It's so easy. You don't even have to try.
We don't need to tell you anything. Black Tuesday could be. Oh man, no, it's not Black Friday. Black Tuesday. I mean, isn't there like a massacre it's named after or something? Am I making that up? Is that
I thought of Valentine's Day.
Right, me
I'm sure
too.
there's something that happened on Black Tuesday, maybe stock market related or
Black? Yep, that's a thing too. It could be that's too boring though. What else can we do? What else is Black Tuesday? Oh, I just had one I can't share. Let me think of another one. It could be. Here we go. It could be. So we have the untold story of. So we have the Addams family. We have Wednesday Addams. Maybe she had a half sibling
wow.
who's a black sheep of the family. They call Black Tuesday.
No.
Okay. John's got us.
Close. Same story and everything. Except she has a boyfriend named Tuesday, and he's black.
Here we go.
And this would be like you would need Jordan Peele or someone to do it, but
Of course.
it's you could go a bunch of different ways with that, but I think if you did it right, it could be kind of a satiric look at the American culture.
Yep.
And because the Addams Family, like, let's look at them all. I guess they might be like inklings of Slovakian or something, but they're pretty far white.
Right.
And so Wednesday brings home Black Tuesday.
Yep.
How do they take it? How do they respond? Are they judgmental? Are they stereotypical? Are they cool? Do they roll with it? And then their neighbors just think it's crappy?
Right.
Like, who knows? But I think if you went that route, you could do it, and it doesn't have to be like a racist or racial film. It can just be like we do some things kind of broken in America, but we do some things too.
Let's shine some light on it. Let's talk about it, America, through comedy and satire.
Definitely, lots of comedy. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, I don't know if that's the one. You want to keep going?
Let's keep going. No, I don't know. I don't have that movie in me tonight. That's too beery. Oh boy.
Paul Shim. This beautiful photograph.
Paul.
Good job, Paul from Grimm.
Beautiful man.
Anthos. Paul, when we did Drinking Socially, Paul did so much of the work to make that podcast beautiful. Paul's talented. Great photographer. If you don't follow him on Untappd or Instagram.
Yep.
Anthos. I don't know what that means.
I was going to say Anthos. I think of anthology. But what does that mean? Does anyone know? Anthos, I don't think it's a Greek god.
Like pathos and ethos and like speaking credibility terms. I'm going to have to go to the Google machine here and just do a quick check.
Give us directionally somewhere to go or not go. You don't need to recreate an entire backstory of a Anthos if it already exists.
In Greek, it means flower.
Okay, and there is a flower on the thing. Perfect.
Found in words such as anthomania, an obsession with flowers. I'm going to try and use that. Anthos. Okay, well, that makes sense now.
Perfect.
How clever you are, Grimm.
I know.
So, a Greek flower?
Or just a flower. I mean, it is Greek. You're right, the word in Greek. But now I think we can take this anywhere. Anthos. Flower.
It makes me think of like the poppy trades and
okay.
Maybe there's a Greek flower that they still just call Anthos in the Greek underground, and it's almost like what's the when you go and ayahuasca, but
Got
Anthos.
It. It's Anthos is a different kind of it. Okay.
It's a story about maybe how. I don't want to tell it this way, but like these college kids, there's a Greek kid who's studying with them, and he's like, do you want to go? I don't know how. That's
Nailed it.
Yeah, super Greek. Sorry, everyone that's Greek. Do you want to come home with me for summer vacation? We're gonna celebrate Anthos this summer, and you guys will have so much fun with it. And it could get like midsummery.
That's what I was gonna say. This sounds like midsummer. I love that. Where they go there, do a bunch of anthos in the field, and then people start chopping people's heads off.
I mean, the Greeks are like some of their mythology is pretty weird. Yeah,
yeah. A lot of naked people, a lot of robes, a lot of drinking chalices and stuff.
That'd be like, you were assigned Aries. Great, right. You're gonna have a great time.
Have a great time. Hope you brought your sword.
His girlfriend gets assigned Aphrodite, and
perfect.
He's like, oh man.
Yep, I could see that. It's being a kind of a Greek midsummer. Perfect.
Huh. Good job, Paul. Thanks for educating
us. Paul. Thanks for that.
Up next from Alan P.
Oh, boy. Alan!
This one could be good.
This could be so... This is... I can't even say it. Woo! But I can see it. I can see it so clear. Mandarin Twilight from Upper Pass Beer Company. Mandarin Twilight.
Mandarin Twilight.
I mean, this is Hawaii 5-0, but with two Chinese guys, isn't it? They just Mandarin Twilight, and the two dudes, and they fight crime at dusk or at midnight, whenever Twilight happens.
Both dusk and midnight.
Yeah. That's it. This is just the Chinese version of Hawaii 5-0. Done. Just solving crimes. It's like Rush Hour, but with two Jackie Chans. That's it.
I got nothing else to combat that for. Funny title. no, that's not the one for me. Oh boy.
Oh, here we
I don't
go.
Thanks, Bud. Bud gives us from Tired Hands Brewing Company, Eviscerated Pathway of Beauty.
That sounds like my face care routine right there. Definitely not doing something right. This, I don't know if I can make this a movie. Eviscerated Pathway of Beauty. It's tough being pretty. I mean, this could be some super intense, like, beauty pageant gone awry movie where the last one standing wins because they all try to murder each other.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'd call it that. It's a little on the nose, but,
The title is a great words, but the title itself, Eviscerated Pathway, cool. Leaves a little bit of mystery.
Right.
Eviscerated Pathway of Beauty, I don't know. It's less exciting for me as a cinema goer.
Person, yeah.
All right.
Probably a great beer.
All right, Joshua.
Son of a gun. The animals are out for us. I
think it has to be an animal movie tonight.
I think the universe is telling us we got to jump on one of these animals. Woo, so we've got Panda Party. Panda Party! From Forbidden Root Brewing. It's a dark lager. It's all lining up. Panda Party. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All I can think of
is... It's like Midnight Twilight. It's like Mandarin Twilight. But during the day.
But they're pandas. It's like Animal House, but everyone's a panda.
Oh, God. I don't know if that's the one. Panda Party.
No, that's not the one. Fun name.
Fun name.
Fun
Probably
name.
good beer.
Too beery.
Too beery.
Panda Party again. Josh has had two of these.
John's having his own Panda Party.
Big Swell.
Big Swell, that's just Point Break again.
You're right. Smittix.
We're not ready for one of these.
No, okay.
One of the big dogs.
Pseudo Sue from Toppling Goliath.
Man.
Thanks, Mark. Pseudo Sue.
Pseudo. So like a kind isn't pseudo mean like kind of pseudo Sue?
Yeah, like pseudo intelligent.
Right.
Right. Pseudo tall.
Pseudo coherent. Right. So kind of Sue. This is a great beer. It's one of my favorite beers. Man. Yeah, I might know too much about it to be able to make something up about it.
It could be a neat kind of like transgender groundbreaking film.
Oh, that's a great idea, John.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're just following Sue's transition into whoever he or she wants to be. Love that.
That'd be a good story. I don't know if I'm the person to write it.
I'm definitely not, but I want it to exist because it needs to exist.
Yeah, good for the culture of the world. Not good if it comes from me.
Right, we have no business making that movie.
This is just a comedy.
Right, yeah. Right. We just too many men in dresses, and we ruin the whole thing. Not for us.
All right, another
Spinix is going to be showing up a bit.
Tens of hundreds from Melissa.
Right.
From other half.
It's like a reverse blank check. Kind of just a really poor single guy trying to figure out how to make it paycheck to paycheck.
I've got
as inflation goes through
$2,800 bills.
That's going to last me to August. How do I do it? Oh, man.
I'm moving on.
Yep. We're getting there, though. I can feel it. Just when we think, oh Jesus. These beer names, you guys are funny out there making these beers.
Craft beer makes it both easy and hard here from Evil Twin. Thanks, Stefano. Even more Irish Jesus.
Irish Jesus. Irish, it's a dry stout. Okay.
Yep. Irish.
Even more Irish Jesus. I would have to see this is a sequel to Irish Jesus.
Yeah, as Evil Twin so often does. Right. Even more beer name.
Yeah. I don't know about this one.
All right,
I don't know if I have it in me, John.
Belgian Saison.
Too much.
Papa Pills.
Papa Pills.
Papa Pills. One
Papa
word.
Pills.
From Erdita.
I think that's right.
Richard G checks it in. Papa Pills.
The way you're saying it, it does sound like, well...
It makes me think of like Vince McMahon.
There's Papa Pills over there.
Go talk to Papa Pills.
Right.
You'll be able to play the second half of this football
Right.
game.
Just, yep, take that. Don't ask what it is. There you go. Now your back doesn't hurt, does it? You can't feel anything, can
Today.
you?
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry about those
What are you trading me for? No, we're trading you tomorrow. Yeah.
Go to bed.
Putt for dough.
Putt for dough from
Casita.
Casita. Putt for dough. Putt for dough.
DOUGH dough.
Right.
Putt for dough.
Putt for dough. Dough. A lot of golf, a lot of animals tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have this one either.
Brown ale. Yeah.
Love your frost, but
Okay.
oh, and a great beer. I've had this beer.
Oh, nice.
We can-
you got the backstory.
We might be able to do something with this.
So, an Untappd username Zero Divide checked in Zero Gravity's Powder Jones. Powder Jones. A lot of drugs in the references.
I was going to say
tonight. It could be a ski movie.
but it's probably both. I mean, this is Powder Jones is a drug runner in the mountains, and that's what he does. He's the one who goes to the peak to pick up the packages that the cartels airdrop off at night, and he's got to make it down the slopes before the sun comes up each morning and the ski patrol's onto him.
Yep.
So Powder Jones is flying under the radar, all yayoed out.
He
This is 1991. He's got huge headphones on, Walkman, like a jumper ski suit on, headband, just listening to the Bangles ripping down these slopes with a huge backpack full of drugs every day. But the story is like something happens one night. Maybe he gets up there, falls down, head hit with a limb that falls off a tree, wakes up, and he's only got 45 minutes to get down the mountain before the ski patrol gets there, and it usually takes him 2 hours. So it's this harrowing journey of Powder Jones getting down the mountain with all his drugs.
literally bringing it home.
Bring it home, Powder Jones.
Oh, I'm tempted by this one.
Fuck. This could be wild. We'd have to make Powder Jones likable, because right away he just sounds like a sleazebag who's bringing drugs into a family-laden community.
True,
But they're
we
fun
made
drugs.
Walter White likable.
They're fun.
Exactly. He's not
isn't
bringing
fantanyl.
He's not bringing street drugs. He's
Right,
bringing
these are
like
party drugs.
actual pharmaceuticals
we
for
go.
Americans that can't afford them.
Antibiotics for everybody. Don't overuse them. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know, John. Is that it? Are we doing a movie about Powder Jones tonight?
You know what? I mean, we've scrolled through a lot.
We did.
Here's my offer.
Yeah.
We look at one more.
Okay.
And if it isn't a stunner, then we go back to Powder Jones.
Powder Jones, baby. All right.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's see
Okay.
it.
We're gonna look at the next one. That one doesn't count.
I don't want to count at all.
We're gonna look at the window seat daydream.
Son of a bitch. Wow. By who's this? Dream State. Ooh, they're good. They're newer down in Florida, but they're
That's a collaboration with Other Half.
I think it's the guy from Equilibrium. He went down there and started Dream State. Yeah,
Right,
so
that's
he's-
a great brewery. Window seat daydream. A lot of possibility.
Seat.
A train or airplane, really.
Daydream.
But
Oh, a train. That's even more fun.
then it's a daydream, so there's not as much confines as you get with Powder Jones. Confinement.
Sure. Well, what I was going to say, damn it. So this reminds me, what we could do, kind of, is a live, die, repeat almost style movie where like someone's just kind of daydreaming out the window and we get to see his daydream. Maybe he's, for some reason unknown to us, daydreaming of like some person coming in the train with a bag and he's shady and he's pushing some woman around and he kind of snaps out of it, and then he sees that. Like his daydreams are becoming real, and he doesn't understand why. And then maybe there's...
I'm in. Powder Jones is hard for me to walk away from.
Powder Jones is amazing. I can see Powder Jones so clearly. Oh, man. This would be another wild, not like wild, but another puzzle movie.
Yeah, there'll be some trickery in here.
It's gonna have to
if
be.
we do window seat daydream, but I think it has the opportunity. Powder Jones, cool, funny. We could introduce a little bit of strife. Maybe he has to get around a bear or something like that. But
will have
like
to get around a bear. He'll give the bear cocaine, and the bear will.
window seat, the cocaine bear is a special
the
guest.
origin story. The cocaine bear. He sets that in motion.
I don't even think they would mind if we said like, no, this is the origin story.
Yeah,
We've already done it. It's Powder Jones.
Prove
bear.
us wrong.
Yeah.
Go talk to the bear.
They don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, no, not anymore. That's far north.
No, I'm gonna stake my flag in window
All right.
seat
All
daydream
right.
if you're okay with it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, that's it.
Window seat.
That's
daydream,
it. For good or for
baby.
bad, as the opportunity to be better.
Window seat.
Has the
daydream.
opportunity to make it really hard. Okay, so we found our feature beer. I guess the Fast Five was fun. Hopefully, it was fun for you.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go make Window Seat Daydream into a movie, and you gotta come back next week.
That's right. We're going to continue recording as often
right
as
now.
we can. But for you, enjoy this episode. Check out some of the shorts on the channel. Hit that subscribe button. And get ready to check us out next week on Wednesday to see what happens with Window Seat Daydream.
I'll try not to make it about Powder Jones. He may show up, though. We don't know where this train's going.